Hello, and welcome to Japanese Craft Beer Reviews. Today we will look at a beer from a brewery that's very new to me, and maybe it will be new to you, I'm not sure. It's called Brew Classic Harikomachi Freedom. And Brew Classic is located in the city of Kanazawa in Ishikawa Prefecture, kind of halfway up the main island of Japan. It's Ishikawa is a peninsula that sort of sticks out towards Korea and the Sea of Japan. Kanazawa is a very pleasant little city. Some people call it a little Kyoto. I don't know. It does have some chayamachi tea districts, tea shop districts and that sort of thing, but they're very touristy now and that sort of thing. And Kanazawa is also known for a lot of gold leaf work that they do, and certain types of ceramics as well. It's a very pleasant little town. But Brew Classic is located there near the port of Kanazawa, and the founder of this brewery discovered craft beer in 2015, apparently while he was studying in Tokyo, and he decided to shift his work into craft brewing. He established the company in 2019 and trained at Mount Fuji Brewing in 2020. Interesting for me is that he got on board a very experienced brewer named Fujiki Tatsuo, who used to work at Yamato Brewing in Nara. And this is the old Yamato, not the new one. There's a newer one now. But this is from the late 1990s. And in fact, somehow it was ringing a bell there, and I found an old article that I had printed out. I don't know if this is even online anymore. I'll check if it is. I'll put a link to it from Celebrator Beer News from February, March 1999, by Fred Eckhart, the late Fred Eckhart, famous beer writer from Oregon. And he came and visited and wrote quite a bit about Fujiki and the beers that he made at the old Yamato Brewery. And in fact, I had one at the Osaka International Beer Summit, which was a beer festival that used to be held in Osaka in the year 2000. I had a Wow beer, which was a kind of sake hybrid. I wasn't terribly impressed, but and I'm pretty sure I've had some of his other beers, but I looking through my records, I couldn't find them. The late 1990s. In any case, so Fuji Tatsuo has come on board with them, and this I think this was their first beer. I'm not sure. It is not quite clear to me, but it is an American IPA. 6.5% and 60 international bittering units. And you see there's a hedgehog here, which is in Japanese is called Hari Nezumi, kind of needle mouse. And this is called Harikomachi Freedom. I don't quite get the entire name, but maybe I'll find out later on. This beer cost 600 yen where I bought it, and that would translate to $4.17 in US dollars. In euros, 3.79. The malt bill for this is Maris Otter, medium crystal, those two, and the hops are Motueka, Citra, and Magnum. Motueka, of course, is this down under hop from New Zealand, I believe, or could be Australia. I think New Zealand. On Rate Beer, there were no ratings for this one at all. Untapped, there were 68 ratings, and the average was 3.65. Okay, so an American IPA with the malt bill. I'm not expecting too much different from a standard American IPA. With the hops, definitely Motueka should add something unusual. Citra and Magnum could be standard in an IPA, I think. Okay. 60 IBUs, so we're expecting it should have some bitterness. It is a medium gold copper color. with some carbonation sort of popping off the sides, and about a quarter finger of frothy white foam. I should give you the aroma first. Okay, this one has certainly a lot of pininess. The Motueka comes through with a kind of light, rich, tropical, sort of dank, I guess is the word we want here. Mild, tropical, certainly piney note. Maybe some citrus in the background, maybe grapefruit rind, something like that. Flavor much as you would expect. Light, get stone fruit and tropical fruit mix. Bitterness is substantial in mid-palate and kind of sticks around with some nice bitter tracks. Doesn't really give you needle like acupuncture or anything like that. It is a pleasant, what I would consider a nice West Coast IPA with moderate characteristics. It's not a hot bomb like many of them can be, but it's nice, pleasantly malty. But certainly it's the hops that shine here. Maris Otter is a wonderful malt, a British malt, and but it kind of sits in the background here and lets the hops play out. Nice bitterness, very pleasant overall throughout. Once again, this is called Brew Classic Harikomachi Freedom, an American IPA at 6.5% alcohol and 60 international bittering units. Okay. Well, I know I'm going to be trying to find out a little bit more about Fujiki Tatsuo. He's kind of a legacy craft brewer in Japan, working from the mid-late 1990s until now. So he's got, around 30 years experience, and I'd like to find out a little bit more about him and what he's been doing. Okay, well, that is it for today. Take care, stay healthy, bye-bye.